Hello friends, it's Miss Dom, and today we're going to continue with our mask. So here's my mask, and you can see that newspaper is now dry, so you can check it. It should feel dry to the touch. It shouldn't feel especially cold. It should be fairly stiff. When you turn it on the back, it shouldn't be darker in the back. If it's darker in the back, that might mean it's still wet. But if you did this last week, it should be dry. If not, you'd go put it out in the sun or something, but it should be dry. So once it's dry, then you need to take it off that plastic. Remember I told you that plastic was just a base. So I'm going to demonstrate doing that now and talk a little bit about trimming it up. And then I'm going to stop and I want you to do what I just did. And then you're going to need to get out whatever supplies you have to decorate your mask. And I will post a picture. I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and I'll just post a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. So the most important thing though is getting it off of that base. So you need to do it carefully. It should pop off. Mine, if you look at it, it's already sort of lifting off at the edge here. So I'm going to bend the plastic, okay, and it should naturally want to lift away when I do that, okay. Now, the only part that should offer a whole lot of resistance, you might see it's making little snappy noises. That's normal. That's just the glue releasing. Oh, there it goes. The place that's going to offer a little bit of resistance is that tape, but again, it did pop off. You'll notice once I got the edges off, it sort of popped right off. Okay, so on the inside there, you'll notice I have a little bit of foil. I'm just going to pick that foil out. Okay, now this cardboard I can leave in there. I'm going to pick out just the parts that are sticking out a little bit, but you don't have to take that out. All right, so I'm going to leave most of that in there. Yeah, that's fine. I just took off those little pieces right there, so I can put this over my face, no problem. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and I am going to just sort of trim around the edges of that mask, okay? So I'm just taking my scissors and trimming and going around, sort of making those edges a little more neat. Alright, so now I've got a little bit of a cleaner edge there, and of this little extra I can just throw away or recycle. And I'm going to check it out and find it a little more symmetrical. Okay, so that part looks pretty good. Alright, and it's on my face. Now I would want to see through this. Okay, so I'm going to kind of feel around to where my eyes would be and maybe make a little mark where I would want my eye holes to be. Okay, and then now you need to be very careful about trying to open this up. When we're in class, I have an X-Acto knife or box cutter that I use to cut it for you. If you're at home, you can ask a parent for help. I'm going to go ahead and just pop a starter hole with a pencil. Being careful to make sure my hand that's holding the mask is not right in front of where I'm popping that pencil through, keeping it close for support though. Okay, so you want to do this very carefully. Yeah, so I just poked a little hole in there, and I'm going to do that. See, where did I put the mark for the other eye? Okay, so I just poked a couple little holes in there, and now I can start cutting. But I don't want you to force your scissors through there, especially if they're really sharp, because you don't want to accidentally cut yourself. I actually did that once when I was a child, and it was quite painful, and I was kind of bleeding all over the place. I remember that. I was scared. I was probably, I don't know, maybe third or fourth grade. I was home by myself. I'm gonna die. I'm going to death. I didn't, obviously, but you don't want to on accident. So be very, very careful using this. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and cut out my eye holes. All right, I can see through those eye holes. All right, so now I have a functional mask. Now, if you want to wear the mask without holding it with your hand, if you have elastic, you can, glue or tape elastic to the inside to wear it. I'm not gonna really worry too much about that. It's not necessary to do that. It could be just a mask that you hold in front of your face like this, or you could even put a little stick on here to sort of hold it up like a masquerade style mask. But I would like you to think about a way to decorate. So again, I'm not going to make you watch me. I'm going to get out some paints and I'm going to paint this. I don't know, I might glue some things to it. Haven't decided yet. I'm going to look around, see what I have, what I can use, and you need to do the same thing. And then spend the rest of your art time decorating that mask. So go ahead and gather up your supplies. Make sure you protect the area you're working on, especially if you're finding paint like acrylic paint. I don't generally use acrylic paint in the classroom because it's permanent, but because it's permanent, it's not gonna wipe off. So if you have some at home and you want to use it, it's a good choice. You just have to be extra careful when you're using it, not to get it on your clothes, not to get it on things like your table, and of course clean up really well when you're done. So enjoy decorating your mask, and feel free to share your finished mask with me. See you next time. Bye.